seminar is in progress. Please be respectful.
Blessings of the planet upon you. Fellow Bugenhagen sent word that you might be joining us. You are more than welcome.
Yeah, I'm
to do
glad,
so.
like, it doesn't come across to me as the people being, like, cult-like. They're all, like, super nice and friendly. It would be very easy for them to kind of do this in a way that makes them all seem like crazy people. But, like, our journey aligns with what they're trying to do, so, like, this should come across as the place to be, not like a cult.
I'll give it right back. No way is that a way.
Oh man, they stole my liver.
What about you, miss? You must have a story to share. Please.
They're a cult, but they're the correct cult.
Okay.
I woke up in a
where to
weapon
begin?
once.
I fell into the life stream. I don't have words to describe it, except beautiful, maybe? It was a lot to take in. Feelings of kindness.
This
washed
lady's
over me.
crazy.
Long forgotten memories came flooding back. It was a warm, comforting place. But there was also conflict. A war between the planet and its enemies. And we can't let them win. We need the planet, and it needs us. We have to rise up, fight back, defend it from this terrible threat. Thing is, I don't know how to do any of that. And I hoped you might have the answer. I'm not criticizing planetology or anything, and I'm not trying to scare anybody either. I just... You know...
I don't think they do, Tifa.
Never mind. This is all coming out wrong.
Please, do not be discouraged. Should you ever wish to try again, we would be more than happy to listen. What matters is that you keep challenging your beliefs. Stop doing that, and the answers will forever
So that's cool.
elude you.
They're really trying to,
On that note, I think we should adjourn for
You
the
know,
evening.
these people are
River of Lights is
enlightened,
almost
not
upon
cultists,
So let us head to the torch.
which is cool. Having said that, though, there is a bit slight of, like, it's interesting, because, like, the Cosmo Canyon people are, in a way, living correctly and living the life that we want to bring to the rest of the world. But there is, like, a hint of, like, they're not taking the extra step to save the planet. They're just learning about it, and they like know it, but Tifa's kind of bringing this, like, we need to fight to save it. And that's where, like, they're not connecting with that. But it's cool. I like that line where he said, like, you need to challenge your beliefs. So they're trying to, like, tell us that, like, hey, it's not like they're out of their mind or anything. They just lack the power to, like, save the planet. We have the power to save the planet. They have the knowledge, you know? But, yeah, I never really thought about that. I never really thought too deeply about this, but in the original, Cosmo Canyon is really kind of given to the player as, like, the correct, not, how do I phrase it? Not really like the correct answer, but, like, Bugenhagen and what he tells us is all the way it is. Like, he has the answers that Shinra doesn't understand and we don't understand. He has the answers. He's the correct one. Bugenhagen's the one we go to later when we're like, we need to figure out how to save the planet. He's the one that tells us. And the people of Cosmo Canyon, there's not it doesn't feel as big. There's only like a few people, and they're all like very nice and friendly and stuff. So it comes across less as like a, and they don't use the term planetology either. So it comes across not as a cult, but like the, almost like as close to we have as like the ancients, where they're the ones protecting the planet, right? And in Before Crisis, you learn that the Red 13's tribe were the ones that did a certain ritual that protected the planet. So every year, his tribe would do this ritual, and then that would appease the planet. And so the people of Cosmo Canyon are trying to like continue that tradition, even though Red 13's tribe is mostly gone, or at least they think like completely gone. So it's all given to the player in a way of like, this is the correct way to live, or at least the correct way. They have all the answers, you know, maybe not like literally the correct way to live is be a Native American and live in the mountains, but like, you know what I mean? Like they have the answers to what to save the planet. But here I feel like maybe what happened is like they created Cosmo Canyon, but with the extra people, it kind of does come across as a bit culty. Like when you walk in and there's so many people and they're all kind of dressed the same way and they're all saying, you know, be one with the planet. And then they use the term planetology, and then, you know, oh, come listen to Bugenhagen. He'll give you all the answers. Like it comes across culty. So maybe this was their way of being like, hey guys, it's not a cult. You know, he's willing to hear Tifa out. He's telling her to challenge her own thoughts. You know, trying to like get across to us that like we promise it's not a cult. Yeah, even calling him like fellow Bugenhagen. But yeah, it's interesting. I never would have thought that this wouldn't have even like crossed my brain. But the more I think about it, the more it's like, yeah, like in its current form, it does come across as a bit culty. And later, we're going to come back here and ask Bugenhagen to help us find the answers to save the planet. So we need to kind of at least trust Bugenhagen and trust that Cosmo Canyon is living either the correct way or at least a way that's going to save the planet. So it needs to kind of hit us as like these people like at least know what they're talking about and they're not just like a crazy cult. And I think this was kind of their attempt at doing that, but I'm curious where it goes from here, because even Bugenhagen is different. He's not just like this all-knowing positive guy. He has his own like gripes and like frustrations about the planet and Shinra. But kind of like you said, Frogman, like even Bugenhagen was like, maybe I'm an old dog and I can't learn any new tricks. So like even he's willing to say like he might not be correct. So I feel like a lot of these little dialogues that they're throwing in here are trying to get across to us that like these people are understanding, and although they live this way, they're not a cult. They just genuinely think this is how the planet's going to be saved, which it is. And even Bugenhagen's willing to like, well, I don't know. It's interesting because like Bugenhagen said, maybe I'm an old dog and I just can't be taught any new tricks. But when Tifa walked in and started questioning, he was like, you're dumb. Go to one of our seminars, you know? So I don't know. It's funny. It's this like back and forth between cultish like behavior and what is actually the truth. And I'm wondering if we're going to explore that more. I never would have thought we'd go this route, but I kind of like it. Definitely gives Cosmo Canyon more of a interesting spin.
Al, See you at the festival.
Cannibal Canyon. Telling you, Cloud. Protect your liver. Protect your kidneys. Might be missing one by the end of the night.
The River of Light ceremony will begin. This night comes but once a year. I've no doubt you'll feel her grace.
So this should be the ritual that I was talking about. So we're actually gonna do the ritual. That's really interesting. Dude, what if Denna appears at the ritual?
You're interested in learning.
What if there's dinner at the ritual? What the? I don't know. I feel like it's part of Red 13's story that he's the only one left, though. So I don't think they'll show her.
Look at them, gathered around the fire.
But they showed the picture, though, which
Just like us that day.
makes it interesting.
Me and Mom and Dad. If only we could do that again. Never mind. Just forget I said anything.
Wasn't listening.
I'll lend an ear.
Whenever I think about my mom, my chest swells with so much pride, I feel like it'll burst. But when it comes to my dad, I just... Sorry, I can't. Still not ready.
I had the pleasure of talking to a mentor. Said it was presumptuous of me to think I could save the planet. She decides her own fate, you see. As rain cleanses the skies, so too does she cleanse herself of filth. So what? We sit here and theorize while the planet rinses and repeats?
No, we fight, or nothing will change.
That's what I said. I knew you'd see it my way, Merc. Thanks.
So, like, that supports what I was saying earlier about how, like, Cosmo Canyon has it right in theory, but they don't want to act. They're the type that want to just, like, sit and everything's gonna work out, you know?
Did I sound as awkward as I felt?
You did good. Can't help it if they suck at listening. I got what you were saying.
I kinda wanted everyone to get it, though.
To hell with everyone.
Great advice. Thanks.
I think the bottom right one was the one that would have increased her
Some carry a fire that rivals even
thing.
this. Like the youths who left the
When you die, you return to the planet? Psst, that has literally got to be the dumbest thing I have ever heard. Once you die, that's that.
I totally agree.
Pretty much.
Thank you. So if you get that, you get why I live every day like it's my last.
Man, I can't wait to see what they've got planned.
Let's test that.
So, I'm an ancient. As in, a steward of the planet. One of those ancients. Or, to be more precise, the only ancient. For the most part, it's been a source of pain. I've been held against my will. I've been watched. I've been ignored. Even hated. And it's been that way ever since I was little. My blood's been nothing but a curse. If I ever started to forget, something would remind me of what I was and bring me crashing back down to Earth. It was always the same. Time after time. I'd be shown a glimmer of hope, only to have it snatched away. I was never gonna be normal. That much was clear.
This girl's crazy.
It's okay.
So my blood's been a curse. But it's also been a blessing. It's brought some wonderful people into my life. Friends that I love. And for once, I think I'm okay. Happy even. And all that pain feels worth it.
Yeah, I gotta see what happens when you say stop her.
Even if I can't lead a normal life, there is one thing I can do. Return their kindness. And try to make the most of what I've been given.
I feel like this is the first time we've heard Aerith's theme in this whole game. She really has not done much up to this point. I believe in Before Crisis, the doggos like did a dance ritual, but apparently they turned it into the Tangled thing. The Tangled Lantern thing.
There! It is time!
Purge the non-believers. Oh.
Whoa!
The way she said it so like, now is the time. I thought we were about to get our kidney stolen.
Pretty sappy, huh?
Yeah, I was just making a joke. The lantern thing is pretty
Meant every word, though.
pretty ancient thing. Which fits. Fits that Cosmo Canyon would do it. So they turned to green because of like the live stream. That's cool. Chadley's just standing there.
So, this is where you've been, Nanaki.
What's up?
There's something of great import I need to show you. And by that I mean all of you. Join me, would you?
You mean not just two of us?
Of the River of Light. For whatever reason, the ceremony has drawn a number of tourists to the Vale as of late. When I ask for their impressions, they often speak of how beautiful it was. Some claim they were even moved to tears. It's an overwhelmingly positive reception, I'm happy to say. To stir the human soul is no small feat, and it pleases me to know that the River of Light possesses such power. Alas, my hopes to parlay their emotional response into a deeper intellectual curiosity. They have yet to be fulfilled. People are surrounded by cats, dogs, birds, and trees. They know that life is all around them, be it through the birth of a baby or the blooming of a flower. They bear constant witness to the blessed cycle of creation, yet they've no interest in the welfare of our planet. Forgive me for sharing my idle thoughts. Keeping them to myself is quite a challenge in my old age.
So, yeah, I was expecting that to be more of a Red 13 thing, so when they started talking about Aerith, I was like, what the heck? But I think this next part's going to be the Red 13 thing. And like I said, it's kind of nice that they focused on Aerith a bit, because she's kind of done nothing the whole game. It's been all about Tifa and Cloud. Not that that's a problem, but it's cool to have an Aerith moment. Also, it sounds like the townspeople actually believed Aerith, which I wasn't expecting. It seemed like they weren't believing her. So that's interesting. Real quick, Livestream, thank you so much for the $100 donation in support of the in-depth videos. My man. Thank you so much. Loving the chat for Livestream. That is incredible. Thank you, man. Oat also with a gifted sub to Fran, and Dole with the 25 months. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
I'm glad to know that Aerith has friends like you to keep her covered. Today's experience was surely the will of the planet. Will you cheers?
Yeah, they didn't even seem like shocked.
Well then, shall we proceed?
But I thought this door was
sealed so that none may enter? Why, yes, and by my own hand, no less. However, you've a trial to undertake.
I do?
If you wish to prove yourself and become a Watcher of the Veil, that is. I presume you are prepared.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you just made that up.
I will also require your assistance in carrying out the trial. Much danger awaits within, and I wish to ensure his safety. When you're ready, simply say the word.
No, it was not a trial. I'm guessing you just made up the fact that it's a trial. But we'll see.
Then off we go.
Am I even forced to use Red 13 here, I wonder? That's cool.
Now we follow the cave where it leads, deep as it will take us.
Is that him floating? Is that the sound effect I hear? Who are you nerds?
Has Nanaki told you anything about his parents yet?
No.
They were Watchers, both of them. But they couldn't have been any more different. When our village came under attack, my mother fought with courage, with honor. She faced the enemy and laid down her life to save us. My father, though, he turned tail and ran. He was a coward.
So then, you still haven't forgiven him?
Why would I?
Oh, I see.
Man. We're a little deep. Power of deception.
From this point onward, only two may proceed. He who shall undertake the trial and his observer.
Who's gonna observe?
I'll do it.
That would render the trial meaningless. But if not him... Ah, you'll do nicely.
Oh, we get to do blah, blah, blah.
Him? Really?
At least pretend not to hate me.
Whenever you're ready.
Ready.
Yo, let's freaking go. Is that a... The shop is a save crystal? That's pretty amazing. This is amazing. I was not expecting this. I've been saying the whole time that I want to see more like Barrett and Red 13 doing stuff together because, you know, they have a lot in common and a lot. There's like a really cool relationship that could form there, but I didn't expect them to actually do it. I expected there to be like one or two little nods to it, but not a whole section with just Red 13 and Barrett. I mean, we got that section earlier with Barrett and Red 13. Now we're getting this as well. So they're really trying to connect. Dude, that's amazing. That was just like a personal thing I wanted that I didn't even think they would do. I was just like, man, it would be cool if Barrett and Red 13 got some like parts together because they're both learned from Cosmo Canyon and blah blah. But like, I didn't expect them to do it. That was just kind of like a goofy thought I had. Also, how does Red 13? We must know.
Make sure that you are well prepared.
This is incredible. I can't, like, I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. Alright, well, I do have some new Barrett stuff to try out. Deplete the Vengeance Gate. Oh yeah, right. I saw that before. I still gotta finish this. And the song. Replenishes ATB when using a weapon ability. Wow.
You gonna watch my back?
Yep. Burning holes in you right now.
I'm genuinely wondering, like, why Bugenhagen picked Barrett as well. He must know something, but he hasn't really talked to Barrett. So, like, how does he know? Maybe he remembers Barrett?
This is a place of deep sorrow. A place where those who have been sealed away are left to mourn their fates.
Like, maybe he remembers Barrett from when he came before. Snakes!
If I weren't going
Sorry, fear me! Let's end this. Only one way. With me!
You can count on me.
Things have really changed. Let's shake a leg.
Look here.
So, Red 13's like...
Walls should be well within your power to climb.
Oh, Red 13 can climb? And every character's got an ability. Red 13's in battle voice is now the younger voice. How's it going, subs? Dude, he just runs up it. How are you doing this, Red 13? Are you some kind of wizard? Oh man, I could see how that would actually be kind of.
This place is giving me the creeps.
Your discomfort is only
Make your stomach kind of.
fierce
Ugh.
battle was waged here, and even after 45 years, scars remain fresh.
What? You're saying the Gi managed to make it all the way up here?
Okay, somebody fill me in. Who are the Gi?
The tribe knows a very few people outside of the veil. The rest you will learn in due time. Of that you can be certain. For now, let us proceed.
Ho, ho, ho. Oh my god, the spiders! I'm surprised it's not like a boss. The spiders are just regular enemies. That's their name too, Stinger. At least you tried. Oh.
Coming at ya.
And don't come back.
Ooh, ATB stagger. On a blow. Yeah, they were basically the boss of the cave in the original. Now they're just regular enemies. But still cool that they're here. Alright, see you guys, I guess. What the? Did you see that? That's not supposed to be part of the wall run. Sorry. I can't help myself. Not sure how you guys are following me, but whatever. Maybe there'll be a super stinger. This looks important. What? I missed what it said. Oh, cut the rope.
Damn if that doesn't look convenient.
All right.
Bring it on! Please! I'm right here! Gotcha! Whoa! Sorry! Fear me! Oh, rip you to shreds! Going in! Together! Great job! With me! Fear me! End of the line. I think we did all right back there.
Hey, where'd you run off to?
Yeah, I'm really mixed on it, because on the one hand, I feel like I miss Y's Red 13, but like, I also like the kind of rug being pulled out from under us. Like, this whole time we thought Red 13 was this old, wise man, and then he turns out to be a teenager. Like, I love that concept of, like, twisting it on us, you know? Even though I knew that Red 13 was a teenager, I did not expect that twist. So, like, that's really cool that they were able to surprise me with that. So that part of it I like. The actual voice itself, I don't like as much. So I'm kind of mixed on it.
Damn if that doesn't look convenient.
Why did Barrett say that again?
I only got 2 legs here, you know.
Oh, did I learn it? Nice. You alright, Red 13? the big red orb.
Work is never done.
Kind of similar to Cosmo Memory.
Hey, where'd you run off to?
To get goods. I wish that did more than just haste. Or wait, I think it does. I had to reread it.
Let me show you what a walk is. Let's take the leg.
Hold on, let me reread it. I think it does do more than just that, doesn't it? Oh no, that's all it does. Yeah, that's... I wish it did more than that. Again, like... Yes, hitting the whole party is pretty nice because... Why do I keep forgetting the name of the materia? I keep wanting to call it all materia. Magnify materia. Magnify materia is so rare that hitting the whole party with anything is pretty useful. But I just go back to that Bahamut fight where I had Magnify on Barrier and I would use a couple abilities, use Cyclone, get infinite MP, and then be able to spam Barrier on everyone, Mana Ward on everyone, Regen on everyone, like whatever I wanted for free. Whereas here I gotta, granted this doesn't take MP, but I gotta get my whole 2 ATB bars and Vengeance mode to use it. I mean, I don't know, I still see it being useful, but just, it's hard for me. This is definitely better than the Kate Sith stuff, but it still feels like it's so much work for something that I can do with 2 materia. And potentially also for free if I have a buff. It's nice to have as an option, but true, it is 100% potency too. Magnify, even at the highest power, is only 25% potency. Or, sorry, 75%. Minus 25, yeah. But yeah, like, this is a really cool, like, balance. I never would have thought this would be how they balance it, but I kind of like it. I kind of like this idea of Magnify is nerfed heavily, and our ability to get buffs on the whole party is nerfed considerably, but then certain party members have abilities that can do it on their own. So that does bring me back to Kate Sith. I feel like Kate Sith has more value than I thought. I still wish he was quicker, but maybe he'll speed up as he gets more abilities. But yeah, I'm starting to see a bit of usefulness for Kate Sith now. Just because of how heavily Magnify's been nerfed. Also in Trophy. No, we're currently in Cosmo Canyon. So that's really interesting. Really cool. Hold on. Hold on a second. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I guess I wasn't really saying it. We were just talking about Magnify. Surprised I enjoyed the Dine section more than the original? Why is that? Thanks, Swiss. Good to have you, man. Everyone I've talked to has said they absolutely love the Dine section. Several people around here, content creators I've talked to. Okay, you were just thinking I wouldn't. I mean, I think that, I don't know, people have a weird, like, several people have made comments that make me think that they think that I think that the game should be like exactly like OG. Which is really odd because I've never really had that opinion, minus maybe like 7 years ago when we back when like I first started streaming and we all kind of had that opinion, or a lot of us did. Back before we saw like any of the trailers of Remake and we were like, it better, you know, like that very first video I made, the things I'd like to see in the remake, you know, because that was like way before we even saw trailers, and a lot of us were just kind of like, they better have this and they better have that and they better have this, and like back then we were hoping that the script would be exactly the same. I remember back when we thought that, like, the script better be exactly the same, they better not change the script, and they better not, you know. And then we saw the first trailers and we realized, like, it's not gonna be a remaster. It's gonna be a remake, you know? And it kind of curved our expectations, and then from there, pretty much ever since then, I've always been on board with the vision. There's been parts that I've disagreed with, but the general vision of allowing us all to experience the game as if we're experiencing it for the first time is, I've definitely agreed with. And it was ever since that, I think it was like the second remake trailer when they sold me on the concept. Because that very first trailer, I wasn't sold on that concept. The very first trailer, I was like, I hope they don't change it too much, you know? And then there was like that second trailer where they showed us like, they showed us the story in a way that was like, it's Final Fantasy VII, but it's also not. It's Final Fantasy VII, but there's also going to be moments where you don't know what's going to happen. Being a Final Fantasy VII fan, you're going to get to experience the game again and not know exactly what's going to happen and not know what's going to affect your favorite characters and so on and so forth. And that's when I really got sold on the concept. And ever since then, I've been completely on board. There's been parts that I didn't like. I didn't like the whispers. There's certain scenes that I thought like could have been done differently, but like the overall general concept I've been on board with ever since like that second trailer. But because, you know, all of us were kind of in that headspace a long time ago, there are some people around that still think that I think that way, which is fine. But I do hope that eventually they realize that I haven't thought that way in a very long time, not since pretty much everyone thought that way. But yeah, I get it. Yeah, the Dine scene was awesome, man. I loved everything they did with the Dine scene. I mean, like, it's weird to say, like, better than the original, because the original means more to me, and I'm sure it does to everyone else, too. But in terms of just pound for pound, what they did with the scene, the themes that they had, the changes that they made, like, it's genuinely better than the original. So it's pretty wild that they were able to pull that off. So, cool. That's cool, man. There's less of darkness? What do you mean by darkness? I mean, the dude literally dies and lands on Barrett, and he cries with his dead body on top of him and with no arm. It's pretty dark. I mean, I don't know. How much more darkness do you want? Like, I do know what you mean with, like, the way Dine dies, but I feel like that was the best way for them to approach it in 2024, you know? That's the only thing, though, that I could see people saying, like, you know. But yeah. I get that, but I think they did the best they could given the circumstances. Yeah, I did talk about that a bit. How Dine in the original basically said, like, I'm gonna go kill Marlene and that's why I gotta end it. Whereas in this one, it was much more... well, first of all, he doesn't say that at all. He says that Marlene... He couldn't hold Marlene with his blood-stained hands, which he does also say in the original. But they basically just took out the part where he's like, I'd have to kill Marlene so she could be with her mom. I don't think the scene literally needs that, but I do understand being annoyed that they took that out. But I don't think it's, like, required for him to say that. But I get what you're saying. Like, it does... that does take away a bit from the original. But I think the scene was done in a way where we didn't need that, so... I feel like taking that out makes him seem less mentally unstable, but the rest of the scene did a better job making him seem mentally unstable. So I don't feel like I'm missing it. You know what I mean? That being able to hear him talk and hear him say crazy stuff and with his voice and fight him, and at some point during the fight he like transforms and it's like craziness. Like, I didn't need more proof that he's mentally unstable. So I guess that's why I'm like okay with it being out. Because that's what it's there for. To really show how insane he is. Because in the original, it was hard for them to convey how insane he is because none of it's voice acted. So they really had to go hard with the dialogue and be like, no, this dude's nuts. You know? But with the remake, we can hear how crazy he is, so we don't need the dialogue to go so hard. Would it have been cool to hear him say the same exact thing as he said in the original? Sure, but I think the scene overall was still really good, so. Again, though, 0 out of 10, President didn't die in his chair. That is true. Do not forget that. To reiterate. Very important.